Hey everyone! Today we're going to tackle a question that every foundation phase teacher faces. How do you teach natural science? We're diving into the core ideas from study session 2 of the NST 301 module, and we're going to break down the two main pillars that hold up the entire subject.
I mean, really think about that for a second. It's a huge question, right? You've got everything from tiny insects to massive stars. How in the world do you make that make sense to a young kid without just completely overwhelming them? It can feel like a pretty impossible task.
Well, thankfully, the curriculum gives us a brilliant solution. We don't try to teach the entire world all at once. Nope. Instead, we organize everything into what are called knowledge strands. You can just think of them as big categories, or the main ideas that give us a clear map for all our lessons. So for this explainer, we're really going to zero in on the first two big strands. On one side, you have life sciences. That's everything to do with, you guessed it, living things. And on the other side, you have physical sciences, which is the study of all the non-living stuff. This simple split is the foundation for everything we're going to talk about.
Okay, so let's jump right in with our first strand, life science. This is where we get to explore the absolutely incredible world of living things that are all around us every single day.
So to get a bit more specific, the curriculum defines life science as the study of people, plants, and animals, but also their essential life processes and, importantly, what it means to live a healthy life. It's a huge topic, but it's one that young kids find fascinating.
And this leads to such a fantastic question that you can explore with your learners. You know, a rock doesn't move on its own, but a plant does, just really, really slowly. A car moves, but does that mean it's alive? How can we really tell what's living and what's not?
And this slide, this is your secret weapon for answering that question. See, for something to be classified as living, it has to do 7 essential things. A super easy way to remember them is with the acronym MRS green. This stands for movement, respiration, sensitivity, growth, reproduction, excretion, and nutrition. It's honestly a perfect little tool to use in the classroom.
All right, so that covers the living world. Now let's switch gears and move on to our second strand. Physical science. This is all about the non-living world, everything from the water we drink to the wind we feel and the sounds we hear. So the official definition covers non-living materials, and this is the really important part, their properties. We're not just looking at what things are, but what they do, how they behave and interact with the world around them.
Now, when you're teaching physical science to young kids, the most important place to start is with the absolute basics, the structure of matter. Honestly, it's the one concept that unlocks everything else in this strand.
And that brings us to the 3 main states of matter. First, you've got solids, which hold their own shape. Think of a book or a pencil. Then you have liquids, which flow freely, like the water in your glass. And finally, you have gases, which have no set volume and just fill up whatever container they're in, like the air inside a balloon.
Okay, so we've got our 2 strands, life and physical sciences. That's all great in theory, right? But how does this actually translate into what you do in the classroom day to day? And this is the best part. These knowledge strands are not just some abstract ideas. They are a direct map for the topics you actually find in the curriculum documents. So when you're planning your lessons, you can literally see which ones fall under life sciences and which ones are all about physical sciences.
Let's just look at a few real examples. Under life sciences, you'll be teaching topics like healthy living, plants and seeds, and animal homes. Then you hop over to the physical sciences column, and you'll find topics like sound, or doing experiments with things that float and sink, and mixing things in water. See how neatly it all fits together?
So once you have this framework in your mind, it totally changes how you see the world. Suddenly, opportunities for a science lesson are just everywhere. It's all about building up that sense of curiosity and wonder.
This quote from the material really just says it all, doesn't it? Our job isn't just to stand up there and list facts, it's to create experiences. We're here to guide our learners as they explore, ask their own questions, and figure out how to solve problems. We get to be facilitators of discovery.
So I want to leave you with this final thought. With these 2 strands, life and physical sciences, just look at the world around you. How can a simple sprouting seed on your windowsill become a deep lesson in life science? And how can a melting ice cube become a hands-on adventure in the physical sciences? The truth is, the whole world can be your classroom.